What are we at? 90? Okay. I think we gained 20 last time, so we are at least moving up in MMR. Nobody welcome? We are, you know, we have had a really good win rate. It's just taken time because, like, you have to win the correct game. You know, you have to win those promo games. If you ever get demoted, you just get sent back so much. Like, I legit think there's mathematically some way that you could probably have, like, maybe a 55% win rate and still not climb anywhere in Platinum. Hey, what's up, Silk Frog and Mahmood? Hey, what's up, buddy? I appreciate it. It just depends where you lose your games. Like, you could go... I think there's a way. You could clip your win up to 100 LP and then win a game in your promos and then lose the next two. I don't know. I haven't gone through all the permutations, but anyways, the point is, we've been winning like somewhere around 60% of Soraka, and so we're slowly like moving up, but it's just taking a little bit. But if we keep winning, if we keep playing, we will eventually climb up some more. Interesting. So Vayne top maybe, or Ashe support. Probably Vayne top. Real? You want to pick Koggin of Vayne? Where are you going on Yasuo? I'll talk about... I know everyone's going to ask me about the new champ. I'll wait till we get some more people in here, and then I'll talk about it, because I'm going to keep getting asked about it. So I'll wait till we get to about 100 people in maybe like an hour, hour and a half or so. And I'll talk about the new champ. Might do a separate video about it, but I want to see the numbers first. So when it comes out on the PBE and everyone gets the numbers over the next couple of days, I'll probably do a full video about it. I guess what is... Let's pick Soraka. I was really thinking about Janna here. I haven't seen the new Soraka skins now. So they have like all ADs on their team. I think someone's trolling in here. My guess is the person went Ashe support, and then like the Varus is mad about it. Or maybe it's Varus main ADC, Ashe support, and then Vayne top. Yeah, that's true, Derek. I mean, the thing for me is I always kind of feel this pressure. Y'all don't put a ton of pressure on me, but I feel it as a content creator anyways, that like I know people like a diversity of champs, but people also give me hell for being for not being diamond anymore. So it's like I can't have it both ways. You know, if I'm winning on something a lot and people want to see me get to diamond, sorry, I'll change the black screen there. People want to see me get to diamond, I need to play what I'm winning on. Like, we have a very chill, nice community for the most part. But even some people that have been around here for a long time will just say some off-color stuff occasionally. Either in the comments to videos or on the stream about me not being diamond, so... And I know a lot of people want to see me be diamond. I mean, it's obvious my viewership's always up whenever I'm... Well, not true. That one crazy... few weeks that we had at the beginning of like end of October, early November, we had those insane views, but that was just some kind of YouTube algorithm thing. But in general, the viewership he's typically up at least a little bit on average whenever I'm either diamond or getting close to diamond. Hey, what's up, Stream to Conquer? Hey, what's up, Chef? Yeah, I have seen the new ADC. I'm going to talk about them as soon as we get some more people in here, just because I know people are going to keep asking, just so I don't have to keep repeating myself all night. I'll go through the abilities. As soon as we get to about 100 people, I'll just go through them. But overall, it's tough to say without the numbers, like how strong the champion's going to be. But potentially good. Oh yeah, he's gonna have a low win rate probably when he first comes out. Well, he doesn't have any mobility that I saw, and it doesn't look like he has much CC. He's got the thing, like one of his guns slows people and can root. What's up, Dave? The change they did to Pyke, I didn't think was that big of a deal, but they basically reduced his passive regeneration, which is what I've been saying for like almost since release is the way they should nerf him. But they nerfed him like 50 different ways first, and then they did that nerf. So I think that's one of the big issues. Whoa, why didn't it give me that one? Oh, did I not have a second charge? They nerfed the charges? Okay, so it is Ashe support. The nice thing about Soraka against these kind of like CC heavy champs is that I can get a Mikhail's really early on. Yeah, the fact that he doesn't have much mobility or CC is going to be kind of tough, but if his numbers are high enough, like if he does enough damage with his abilities, then it may not matter. If you have a really good, you know, you're probably going to be pretty support dependent, but if you can choose like all attack speed, we'll see. I mean, he might end up being like a solo laner, like a top laner or something. They have a hell of a lot of CC on their team, though, so this is going to be annoying. And they're both standing so far back. Okay, I think I got one finally. You just go for small trades. You don't have to all in. They don't have heal. We do. Heal here, because we're so far behind. That poke is really obnoxious on the Ashe. They're both such long range that it's difficult to get hits on them with the Q. I really need to hit a Q. I didn't throw that fast enough. So fixated on trying to hit this Q. Never waste a breath. I think I got that one. Okay, good. Finally got one. There we go. now he might be able to go a bit more aggressive, because they're basically out of mana. I'm just going back. I mean, this lane is really annoying, like, if we don't have a jungler, because the amount of poke they put out early, it's just, like, it's super risky.
To heal,
But they're getting away with it, because Jarvan's just, like, AFK. What's up, JMZ? Yeah, nah, the thing is, like, it's just a lot easier to charge. Like, more health early is good, but a lot of it is just, you get your wards a lot faster, and you complete the final item a lot faster. That is that's like the worst place possible, just about to put the lane. They can freeze if they want to, and just zone us off now. Ari could be coming down. This game's gonna be difficult. Our jungler has no clue what's going on. Maybe he'll figure it out later. Like, you can't go the top side of the map. Wow, Vi's 2 levels up on him. You can't ever go to the top side of the map when Dragon's up. Like, past level 4 or something. Especially on a lane that's, like, as easy to gank as Varus. Like, Varus Ashe is so easy to gank, and Kog'Maw even pinged that Ashe didn't have flash, and he still passed topside. Like, if he would have come bottom and ganked, we could have killed one of them and probably forced Dragon, but we can still maybe win. It's just gonna be pretty hard. Dude. And they got the XP advantage because of where he put the lane. We got denied like a wave and a half. Hog has a decent win rate overall, but I still think he's pretty weak. I don't know how he wins, like how much he wins, but
gracefully.
I think Blather and King in general is pretty bad right now in this meta. Yeah, I'm level 5. Doesn't really have any advantages top. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of GG jungler. Oh my god, he's down 40 CS. He's down 3 levels and 40 CS. How's that even possible? Yeah, I mean, there's just, like, literally no way we can win this lane unless we get a gank. We can kind of hold in there for a little bit, but they have so much CC, and Kog'Maw has, like, no mobility. He's just a sitting duck. It's either Arrow or Varus ult. Either one of them kills him, basically instantly. Now, they're really easy to gank because neither one of them has any escapes. So, in theory, if dude ever ganks, you know, we could kill him. It's like an extremely risky lane, which is why you never see double AD bottom. Like, double range AD carry.
Every step, a new journey.
But if we don't have a jungler, then, I mean, they're just going to win in the early game pretty hard. I try to neutralize it as much as possible, but with the Soraka pick. Just so we could kind of heal through it and not get too far behind, but you can only hold out for so long. Like, once they're 6, you know, just every time their ult's up, he's basically dead until I get a Mikhail's, which I'm trying to rush, but it's going to take a while.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Alright, Silkfrog. Well, we don't condone that on the channel. I'm not supporting selling accounts, but, you know, hopefully that ends up in a good outcome for you. Dead again. Next. I mean, there's literally nothing I can do. Like, Varus even has a heal debuff off of his W. The Varus was a wild card. I thought it was going to be like Ashe bottom with a traditional support.
This is my path.
He's dead. No, it's gone. We can't defend that. I mean, this is, I know it's a meme, like, jungler difference, but I mean, that's basically it. I mean, I'm not, like, really pissed about anything. It's bound to happen every now and then, but that's just how it is. Like, there's just no way we can win this game. Pretty much. This Vi is just completely obliterating Jarvan. Like, Jarvan's almost literally not in the game. Like, the support's a higher level than the jungler. Yeah, I think we just go next on this one. Dead. Missed that combo. If he hits that knockup, Yasuo gets to ult. There we go. Okay, maybe. We need like 2 kills here if we're gonna have any prayer. Well. No, the level difference and the stat difference is just too high.
An ally has been slain.
Yasuo's 0-4. I mean, that's kind of to be expected. Yeah, I mean, junglers almost always have the most effect on games in any meta. I mean, like, you always see, like, 3 to 5 junglers in the top 10 challenger. And they'll complain the entire time about how how the jungle's bad. So it makes it difficult to get good information because they always say that they're bad and underpowered, even when they're, like, the most OP role. I think junglers are weaker now than they were in Season 9, believe it or not. Overall, I think that they typically have less gold and have less experience, but they're still really impactful because there's so many objectives now. Like, the dragons are, like, every dragon's important. You have 2 rifts you can get. You've got the plates. So they're still really high impact overall. It's just relative to other roles, they are weaker than they were, I think, a little bit in Season 9. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's his first time jungling. I don't know. He has narrowed the gap to 1 level, though, instead of 3, so that's good. I think it's too late, though. Kog'Maw actually doesn't scale, like, he does scale, but he requires, like, 3 items now. And the thing is, there are so many other ADCs that also scale really well and do other things. Could have maybe cleansed that a little bit faster. I'm dead. It's gonna run me down. Yeah, it is. Let's get out of this one. I could have, I don't know, if I cleanse the Jarvan, Varus is actually low-key, like, really annoying for Soraka to deal with when he gets ahead because of that healing debuff on his W. I've beaten Varus before. I don't remember him being that much of a problem, but it's like when there's that much chain CC with the Varus and the Ashe. Oh my god, seriously?
Has been destroyed.
This person went Ardent Sensor Ashe.
Never waste.
I mean, I guess her ult has an AP ratio? I know they have Font of Life to go with it, but I wouldn't say it's classic. Well, don't get too excited. I mean, the Ashe is doing well. This is much more of just like all of our lanes failed. Like, if Jarvan in theory is a very good early game gank jungler.
I lend my aid.
He's one of the best aggressive early game junglers if you hit your combo. Our Jarvan was just a hot pile of garbage this game, so it's like we should have been able to crush that lane. So, you know, I don't want to take it, like, Ashe has done well this game. I don't want to take anything away from her, but at the same time, I wouldn't necessarily start hyping up support Ashe. I mean, she does, you know, she does have a slow. She obviously has her ult, which is good. Executioners is a pretty good item, you know. It's that, like, a range AD carry can use against Soraka. So she's got that going for utility. I mean, I guess she kind of has to get Ardent Sensor, because, like, what else is she going to get? The Malady? She can't afford anything else, so...
Every step, a new journey.
It's just, like, all in on early game, like, poke, pretty much, and then her ult. Because everything else doesn't scale that well into the mid-game. Like, this is why I take Relic Shield, though. I mean, we're going to lose this game. But, like, we're getting completely blasted in this game, and I still almost have it completed before 20 minutes, the tier 3. Like, on Spell Thieves, I would be at, like, 300 gold right now. So we would have been zoned out so much. Yo, anyone going to, like, get this? Okay. No, give me that. Okay, got it. Nice. So we still completed it around 19 minutes, even with all of the other trollery, and there's no way Spell Thieves would have been anywhere close. I mean, if they start trolling, maybe. If we get a few kills right now and they start tilting, maybe we can do it.
This is my path.
What's up, Grey Graves? The problem's not so much the kill differential, it's the item, or like the map pressure differential. Like, they have 3 dragons, and they've used 2 rifts on us. And we just don't have, like, good guaranteed, like, hard scaling chance. I mean, like, Kog'Maw does scale really hard, but he's, like, really conditional. We just don't have anyone that's like doing well, basically. Heimer's like, okay. Maybe Yasuo, maybe he just had a tough early game and he's gonna catch up.
I lend my own.
They're gonna be on Baron. We just sent 5 bottom because they're overextended and we're just so desperate for any play that they're almost certainly on Baron. Maybe not. I mean, Varus isn't there. They're around there.
Protect.
Yeah, they're doing Baron. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is where they hard throw. If they heal the Alright. I think 5-door and Blades is terrible. Like, the only reason you would go something like that is for, like, supreme lane pressure, and you have to completely blow out your lane, because every one of those door and blades that you get, you basically lose 200 gold when you have to sell it. So it's like, yeah, you can buy 4 more Doran's Blades for a total of 5, but you're losing 800 gold. It's like, are you going to create that much pressure to make up for it? Like, you have to start with getting the first tower, and you probably are going to need, like, 1 or 2 kills also. It's just, it's super risky.
This is my path.
Wait, why is Heimer top? Why would you go to, like, if they get this 4th dragon, they get a dragon soul? I don't know, I guess we should have just given them the dragon soul. Trade a tier 2 for a dragon soul top. It's not worth it all. I guess we had a little bit of hope. I mean, those dragon souls are really OP. But we should have just given it. I mean, the bottom line is Heimer's not there. Whether he should be or not, it's kind of irrelevant. Well, I mean, it's not for the sake of commentary, but for the sake of the decision I should make, it is. Like, we should have just given it up instead of opting into a 4v5. He doesn't have his TP. I mean, yeah, it gives you stuff, but like I said, like it's obviously it's going to give you a huge boost to stat in the early game, but it's going to come at the cost of gold in the mid game. So you better crush the early game. Like, that's what I'm saying. You know, if you get dragon and you get a bunch of towers, Rift Heralds, you know, you just get all the things, and you get a kill or 2 and you deny them like 30 CS, you're up 30 CS. Like, if you can do all of these things, then yeah, it's worth it. But, you know, if you're just somebody in silver or something and you're just doing it because Koreans did it, you don't really get a major advantage out of it, I'm dead, probably. It's not going to be worth. I think this is where they went. Like, Vayne's basically going to be able to permanently roll. I think every auto attack lowers her cooldown by, like a second or something. I think that might even work for their ults. I'm not 100%. It's something, I don't know the exact numbers, I haven't had Cloud Drake yet, but it's something along the lines of every single auto attack lowers the cooldowns of their abilities. I don't know if it's just basic or if it's also, well, it's not just silver, it's basically every elo. Like, I don't think unless it's like Challenger or, basically, like, if you're a Korean Challenger and you make that work because you get a lot of pressure, then it's worth, but I'm just saying that most people, whether it's silver, platinum, diamond, all that stuff, it's probably not worth it. You know, if that Cloud Soul was devastating. Like, if we had Heimer there and we won around the Cloud Dragon, we won that fight, and then we took, like, mid lane or something, we'd actually be in pretty good shape. But the Soul is... I have not seen a team lose yet that had the Dragon Soul. It doesn't even matter if they get Elder. Like, Elder obviously makes it worse, but I've still seen, like, whoever gets the Dragon Soul wins. You get the 4 dragons. Like, all of them are just so strong. You got all the procs.
An enemy has been slain. Shut down.
Who did we get kills on? Ari and Vayne.
The whole world in balance.
Okay, we need to probably push. We might get flanked here. There's 3 people bottom. Wish Heimer would have stayed top, because, like, we know all of them are bottom. We just saw 2 of them. I mean, I know he's really low and probably scared. I mean, he's got a good stat line this game. It's just, like, that macro decision, though, was so rough. Can we do it really quickly with a Heimer turret and Kog'Maw? Vi's right there. Ooh, the hawk shot didn't see anybody. Maybe we do it. Yes, 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 yes. Go, 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 go. They're backing. Do it. Do it, you idiots. Yeah. If Jarvan didn't go bottom, we had it. If Jarvan didn't go bottom, because like Kog'Maw and Heimerdinger do it so fast, and Vi backed in the middle of the lane, and we saw her do it. I still think maybe we could have done it or risked it with Heimer and Kog'Maw there, but Jarvan just had to get the golems. Gotta get those golems, baby. He has ult. Why not just tornado her? Right there. Get dragon.
Every step, a new journey.
It's fine. Just get it. We got them cut off. They're confused. They don't know where we are. that Ash really baited the shit out of him there. Or the Ari.
Aced.
Well, Dinger did make that really huge macro blunder, but other than that, he's been playing very well, so... Well, Ari just baited her whole team to go into that pit with the Heimer. They should have just waited and just, or possibly even let him back. Like, you don't want to do that against Heimer. He does so much damage in those little choke areas.
The whole world in This is my path.
Alright, well. We're back in it. The comeback of the century, yeah.
Never will.
We gotta get everyone here, though. After we fight over blue buff real quick. Have 3 people clean up that blue buff.
Gracefully.
Yeah, okay. Let's just go up middle. Heimer can hold that, I think. Oh, they're gonna try to race? Okay. Wait, Kog'Maw back. What the fuck? What the fuck, guys? Why would Cog back? I'm serious right now. Just let Heimer back.
An ally has been slain.
Oh my god. We got out macroed again.
To heal and protect.
Burn something.
Okay, yeah, I had to blow my nose. Just saying, I can't believe the macro. Why the F would Kog'Maw back? We had a 4v2 middle with a cannon wave and baroned up minions. Like, just let Heimerdinger back so we can at least get 1 inhibitor. Heimer could have stopped their back, too. Like, if Heimer stops their back there, get out of there. Why?
It's a peace of mind.
Why are we doing golems? At 35 minutes.
I heed their call.
Well, I guess we just chill and get pushed in until they eventually get Dragon and force us to face check Dragon, and we die. Because there's no way I can keep
The
vision
whole
on that.
world in balance.
I don't get it. Like, Heimer going back is enough to hold. We could have at least traded inhibitors, and I think we maybe could have pushed to end. I mean, it was literally... Who is it? Ari and I think Vayne. Ari and Vayne versus 4 people mid lane with Baron pressure. And Heimer could have stopped them. I think we could have just ended there. With Kog'Maw. Like, we had to have Kog'Maw, though. He's our ranged siege attacker. Jesus H. Christ. This Ari, though.
I lend my aid.
I don't know how no one killed her when she was silenced after she woke up from that, Zanya's. Hey, what's up, Leo? It was such a heartbreaking game because we were so far behind, and we've just made, like, 2 or 3 really huge macro blunders that have cost us the game. Pretty much. Like the Heimer going top, instead of contesting the Dragon Soul, and, Kog'Maw randomly backing. I should have pinged him, I guess, a lot so that he went back. It's on you, Jarvan. You gotta do something, bud. Wait, they got Elder? Okay. I didn't even notice they got the Elder. Yeah, they got the free Elder because Jarvan went bottom to get Golem, so we lost all the pressure in the lanes. Like, we needed to pressure up the lane so that we could be the ones to make the play on Dragon, just like we did the time before. We pushed up middle, we split them. They got a little low off of Baron, like trying to defend Baron. They had to back, we got free Elder, but apparently Jarvan had no clue what was going on, and that was just random. So he decided to give up all the map pressure so he could go get Golems. We could have also done the Baron a lot earlier if he wasn't bottom and do the Golems when we had Heimer and Kog'Maw around Baron, even though I pinged it. I'm pretty sure I pinged it, right? Like, after we got Elder. We did end up getting the Baron anyways, I think, but I don't know. I mean, the enemy teams made a lot of mistakes too, macro-wise, but it just sucks because I see exactly how to win these games. I mean, I guess that's good that we're winning, you know, like the decisions are, you know, based on macro a lot more than just like which jungler camps bottom. I mean, that still matters, but not as much as it did in Season 9.
Gracefully.
Triple inhibitor. Like, Wind Dragon is just so crazy on their team because they have like 380 carries. So they all get their abilities back constantly because Wind like lowers the cooldown on your abilities. I really don't think the experience matters. Like, people were making a lot more out of that. It was like 2 or 3%. That's it. It's like literally just like 1 minion difference at like level 6 or something. I mean, 2% is 2 minions every 100 minions. So that's at like, 10 minutes with like perfect experience in the lane or something like that. It's like you're down 2 minions worth of experience. I mean, you can make up for that easily, which is better back timings. People throw away like entire waves of experience. Like, our Kog'Maw threw an entire wave of experience away because he backed and put the minion wave like just outside of their tower and denied himself like 2 waves of experience by doing that. Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to flame too much. Sometimes some people on here think, oh, well, critical analysis is the same thing as flaming. It's like, I'm explaining a lot of mistakes. I think a lot of times I'm pretty honest about mistakes I make, too. The ones that I notice. Obviously, there's going to be stuff that I don't notice, but... yeah, sometimes I watch the games back, for sure. Alright, let me get a drink of water. But yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be like an analysis sort of learning stream, so... I explain stuff and try to do analysis. Alright, let me get a drink of water. I'll be right back. What's up, Tony? Yeah. Elder is a lot more rare. I mean, that's what I was telling people in the patch notes. Everyone's like, oh my god, bro, Elder's OP as hell. It's like, dude, you're not going to see Elder. I think I said in 80% of games or something, you're not going to see Elder. Because, like, it requires one team to get 4 dragons, which means it's usually a blowout. Like, that was almost one of the best comebacks we've had in a long time. I mean, we had to screw up macro, like, 4 or 5 different times to get it. Go rock again. They might pick Leona or Nautilus, but I mean, jungler still does matter, but to the same extent, I think it actually matters less than it did in Season 9. Jungler is still really important. Jungler is always important. Like, there's never a meta where it's like, your jungler really doesn't matter. Maybe like Season 2 or something, where junglers would just take like support items. But even then, it was still pretty important. But typically they are down experience and they are down gold relative to the lanes now. That's how I see it. I mean, that game, look at that game, for example. Like, Vi astronomically blasted that Jarvan. Like, Vi was multiple magnitudes higher than that Jarvan. Like, she was up 3 levels and like 40 or 50 CS at like 7 minutes or something. But then we eventually got back into the game. They just made a couple of missteps. We won a few team fights. Heimer made some good outplays. We got that Baron. Like, their huge mistake was they were trying to do Baron. And the Ahri was trying to just sit in a random bush that she didn't sweep, and we saw her in the bush, so we engaged, killed her. And then they tried to turn around and fight us at the Baron instead of running away. And they had the Baron debuff on him, so we were doing all kinds of extra damage. And we aced him and got a Baron. And then I think we got like 2 towers off of that, and that's how we got back in the game. So it was like, even though their jungler was way better than our jungler, we just had better macro and won a team fight at that point in the game, and that got us back in the game. So I think there are a lot of ways to come back in the game. I feel like games are lasting longer in general, at least a little bit. And there's more like, it's easier to like win off of macro or to lose off of macro, but I feel like it's a lot more macro focused than it used to be, which is good, because then like if you can just outsmart your enemies, then you can get back in the game, even if you do fall pretty far behind early on. I think Aphelios is going to be a support. No, I don't know. I mean, maybe. I doubt it, though. That's fine. Really not a huge fan of Vayne right now, but I thought people were gonna jump on. They're like, "Oh yeah, Aphelios support, man! I love Ashe support. Aphelios is gonna be great." I thought y'all were supposed to be the ones agging me on to do like ridiculous things in support. It's Certainly T, man. Everybody loves Certainly T. Yasuo, Zoe. I mean, his champions are unique. Yeah, that's right, Jabster. Oh my god, it's OP. Like, I would just have to go into, like, some, like, a custom normals game or something. And then, or, I mean, I could just do normal, like, just do normals or something like that. Pre-made normals. Just get a bunch of, like, diamond people on my team and pre-made normals and just play Zed support and just, like, edit it so that it only shows me, like, making, like, okay plays. Just play, like, 10 games until I get some okay footage. Oh, my God. Fuck. Seriously? How? Did I not literally run out of the base immediately? How did they get in that bush before me, or was there a delay? I can't remember. You just can't have fun, man. You just can't ever explain anything on stream or
Every step.
theorize about ridiculous stuff.
Minions have spawned.
Hey, thanks, Azizi. I appreciate it. Did I delay my out of base? Like, I just don't understand how all of them got there that fast. Like, I thought I ran straight there. Okay, what was I doing delayed? I don't know. What was I? Was I blowing my nose? Is that what it was? I think I was probably blowing my nose because I've been sick for like a fucking month. I'm so sick of being sick. Who got it? Zed. Awesome. I probably shouldn't have even wasted some, so I thought maybe I could get out of it. Was that below my nose? Hey, thanks, Mohammed. I appreciate it.
By the power of the
Bane! Swear to God. Hey. This Caitlyn's out of position a lot. I should be able to punish her eventually. I don't know. Like, it's hard to punish with Vayne, though. Caitlyn's such a popular champ. I mean, I don't know. I knew what I was getting into. I could have either dodged or not. I was just too busy having fun. Talking about stuff on stream. Goofing around. That's just how it goes. They're not going to take it easy on you. Because you're talking to the stream. I mean, this... Caitlyn does seem like she... Caitlyn does seem like she mispositions a lot. So, like, maybe we can take advantage of that.
They will go no further.
Run, dude. What?
An ally has been slain.
Am I gonna die too? Why would you not just pin the Rek'Sai back when she takes, like, just roll backwards. When Rek'Sai tries to roll up on you, just pin her with your E and then, like, get out. I don't know. I gotta get boots because I don't...
Never waste a breath.
Well, I guess I do have... I am gonna have flash, but I just need to get boots for this kind of lane. I got double buff, it's fine. Or double kill. I mean, we're not down CS, that's good. I mean, thank God Thresh was just trying to hand that kill off for, like, ever. We almost got out. If I would have dodged that hook, we would have gotten out. Yeah, I would pretty much always get Relic now. It's just like, you get your stack so much faster. Okay, that was good.
Be at peace.
The extra health is actually really good for Enchanters in the laning phase, too. Like, you do lose out on some AP later, but...
Every step, a new journey.
Jesus.
An ally
She's
has
gone.
been slain.
Gracefully.
I'm just gonna run it all the way in.
For peace of mind.
Spell Thief needs to get more gold. I think. Needs to be like 20. Because, like, right now, like, there's really no reason to get it.
This
Because,
is
like,
my
you don't get the mana regen off of it anymore. You don't get the on-hit damage. So really, like, it literally just comes down to how do you want to farm? Like, do you want to farm by just hitting minions, which basically guarantees you're going to get it by 10 minutes a lot of the time? Now, there's been a lot of fighting, so now that I say that, I'm not going to get it by 10 minutes. And I missed a cannon earlier, but in many, many games, you can get it by like 10 to 12. Or Spell Thieves, where you can get zoned out, you can get camped, and you're taking on a lot of extra risk to try to get those procs. And the health is actually way better early on than the AP is in a lot of matchups. It makes it much harder to kill the enchanters early. I'm gonna save that. I think a cannon's coming up. No, a cannon's next wave. Pin him, pin him, pin him! Oh, if she would have pinned him, we could have forced a flash. Now, you do lose out on a little bit of AP later, but at the same time, you're able to complete your quest faster. And you get the same equivalent, like, in stats. Like, it's the same gold equivalent. You're just getting health instead of AP, which is, ideally, you'd want the AP, but, you know, the survivability is still not awful. Oh, no. BF to Vamp Sword's rough.
what must be done.
An enemy has been slain.
I lend my aid.
They need to make Vayne's Q, like, bonus damage be able to crit again, I think, to make her more viable, because then she could go, like, a Static Shiv Infinity Edge build. I just think the Blazer and King, or they need to buff Gensu's again. Maybe that's enough for her to get the kill. Okay, she did at least get a kill before she died.
Down. An ally has been slain.
But it did bait our Vi also. Rek'Sai could come try to dive.
Gracefully.
Janna does have nice peel, but she has way, way worse in the laning phase. Like, the heal is just so huge in a lot of matchups. It's almost impossible to get a major advantage. Like, we're actually up in CS right now. Even though they've been crushing us in lane, and part of that is just because, like, they can't take trades most of the time, because we have a heal and they don't. Like, they either have to kill us or not fight us at all.
This is my path.
I mean, the CC is good on Swain support, but he's got other problems. If it doesn't have a heal or a shield right now, I'm not really a fan of it, though, in this meta. Blasted.
Where am I needed?
Hey, what's up, Cody? Well, the first game was interesting, I guess. I mean, it was interesting. I think interesting's a fair word. You're just getting blasted, dude. These games are so rough. I'm not a huge fan of Swain support. I've tried him. He's okay. Like, I've seen him do really well before. It's not like he's got a 0% win rate, but I think he's a fad. I should have, if I ulted there, I maybe could have baited the Zed. I might have died anyway. Zed's really fed. No, they didn't fix it. You can't really fix it. They did help a little bit. I mean, they've got 14 kills at 12 minutes. Like, yeah, I don't know what I could have done there. I could have flashed. But I mean, like, it's pretty much always going to be the case. Like, what the one of the only things they could do, I could think of, which is make top lane tower a lot softer. So that if people go top, then they get more plates. Like, that's what they're going to have to do. Because right now, top lane tower is actually harder. You actually have less armor on the bot lane towers. It's a change they made back in Season 3 to encourage people to put 2 people bottom. But that also encourages everyone to camp bottom, or that's part of it. Just the rewards are just too high. The rewards are just too high on bottom lane. So, like, the Rift Herald helps out a little bit. And junglers have been nerfed a little bit. But yeah, it's still a problem.
By the power of the stars.
Despite the Caitlyn being up in kills, we're actually not that far behind in items. Are we gonna get Rift? We might get Rift at least. Maybe. Damn it. I at least wanted the assist. But I didn't want to waste it. I wanted... You actually get... It deals 40% more healing. Yeah, you can all in that, I'm pretty sure, right? I feel like we could have all in the Thresh there. The particle animation on those bananas, though. I should have just flashed it. Didn't she just die topside? How did she get here fast enough? I could have sworn that when I healed, she died. She just straight beeline right to bottom. Passed all over camps. I don't know. I guess I should have stepped up and tried to ward that. I'm gonna wait on the cleanse. And rough first couple of games here.
This is my path. I heed their call.
Camille could just jump over that wall. I think Lux has fallen out of favor a lot. She was really good for a few patches, in kind of like the middle of the season, but I don't know. They nerfed her a lot. I thought she was still going to be pretty good, but it's just, statistically, she's just fallen off a cliff. Nice. Well, that is a good combo with those two. Everyone else is doing alright if we can just quit feeding. Gotta figure out how to play around someone other than the ADC. How often do we say that on this channel? Oh, she's trying this? Oh, almost. Vayne might be able to run him down. Vayne, right here, right here. Vayne, 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 Vayne! Oh my god, why would you go that way? Okay,
I lend my aid.
yeah, I think you all are gonna die, probably. I mean, maybe if Vayne gets the big outplay, or just runs around in circles. Basically an ace, right?
Peace. Every step, a new journey.
Oh, did my Q not land? Man, that was a bait. Did Vayne use her condemn at all? Like, if Vayne condemns the Camille outside of the box, then it breaks the box and I can actually use my flash and get away. You can't miss condemn. Was it on cooldown and she like condemn a random minion or something? She couldn't even pin him into the wall. It didn't even have to knock him out of the thing. She pinned her? Okay, maybe I just didn't see it then. Okay, I stand corrected. I thought we would have been able to kill her if she gets the pin. But I guess not. We're just too far behind. Blade just doesn't do any damage to fighters.
What must be done?
Oh, Zed's bottom. Well, I died. Camille's like going hard on me here. She's basically inting to kill me every time though. Or pretty close. Play a Malphite support with coin. Yeah. That's pretty funny.
To heal and protect.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I hit a Q faster or something, I could have maybe lived there. Maybe unnecessary. I wasn't sure how many other champions were going to come out of the shadows right there, though. Why? This is like the meme of many seasons where people get red buff when you have Baron. It's not even red buff anymore. It's literally people were farming golems with Baron instead of pressuring a lane. Like, it's not even getting red buff or blue buff. It's just straight up, like, getting golems. Yeah, I mean, last game there were 2 Elder Dragons, but yes, it is a lot less common. I commented on your comment earlier. It is a lot less than a lot of people were thinking. And I said that in my patch notes where everyone's like, oh my god, Elder's OP. I'm like, Elder's going to show up in 20% or less of games. Like, it's just not going to be in most games. Well, they're all... Hopefully they all die, because they just blew all their cooldowns on me. Okay. No, it's all good, Tony. I mean, obviously you didn't see it. It's not a big deal. But yeah, I think that Elder is it's really good, but yeah, it's appropriately good considering how rare it is. Like, you have to completely be dominating the game to get Elder. I mean, in this game, it's not even close. It scores 2-2.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Alright, let's back it up. So my KDA is going to be kind of wrecked this game. It's hard to get away from the Camille. I mean, Camille and Zed are like, you know, 2 champions you really don't want to see. I mean, I should maybe buy a stopwatch. I'm kind of green now. But if I have my redemption cooldown and my ult up, I think I can heal through the hard engage until Okay, we got it. Alright, we got carried in that one for sure. I mean, the last, like, 2 or 3 times that I died were very difficult to not die. They just came at me from, like, really weird angles. Like, but we had teammates around me when they, like, engaged on me that, like, fight near middle, and so they collapsed and killed them. It's just very bizarre how they got to me. Like, Rek'Sai just, like, went right between all the vision and burrowed under and went after me, and then Camille, like, comes over from our, like, red side jungle. So that's, you know, something like that's gonna be difficult to deal with, but, like, at the Baron fight when Camille just ults me, it's difficult. But if I have, you know, barrier, ult, and redemption, and I actually hit the Q, then I think I can heal through a lot of stuff. No, Soraka's R is unique. They changed that about her. I don't remember one of these seasons. I don't think Redemption does. It's only Soraka's R. Heals even if you're untargetable. Ardent Censor's rare because usually the ADC is not the person carrying in a lot of our games. The Vayne did a good job of getting back into the game. Like, she was relevant down the line, so, you know, that was a good job by her. But yeah, I mean, that was mostly the Vi plus Lissandra CC chain. I mean, they didn't really have a tank, and whenever they just CC'd people like that, they just blew them up. Also, the Mordekaiser was super strong, and nobody had a Quicksilver Sash. So basically, if he just ulted somebody, they were dead. It would have been really handy if the Mordekaiser ulted the Camille whenever she ulted me, so that it would, like, save me. But maybe it was on cooldown those times when that happened. What if Nami heal is coming at you and you stopwatch? I'm pretty sure it won't heal you. Like, I'm like almost positive that Soraka's R is the only heal that goes through Zanya's. Just like damage doesn't hit you if it's targeting you. Whenever you Zanya's, heal doesn't either. It'd be pretty OP if you could just normally like use heals and buffs and stuff on people that are Zanya's. Soraka's is just, they just wanted to give her that. Why are they inting? I mean, Soraka's really strong. Like, basically, if you don't kill Soraka immediately in a fight and it's a 5v5, you're gonna lose the fight. Yeah, that might be right. Vlad might also be able to heal in Zanya's. That might be true. Yeah, things that are attached abilities still, like, some abilities still work when you Zanya's. Like, Fiddlesticks ult, Morgana ult, those kind of tether effects still work. Karma, W. But yeah, I mean, Soraka just throws out so much healing. Pretty much, like, if you don't kill somebody immediately at the start of a fight, you're going to lose the fight. Pretty much. Unless the enemy team also has Sona. Like, Soraka, I think, will eventually out-heal Sona, but Sona puts out quite a lot also. Yeah, Swain also works. There's a couple of champions that do it, but it's really rare. Can you trend ult inside of Zanya's? I don't know. I don't know if you can trend ult to break out of a Zanya's effect, like a Bard ult. I think Trendamir can ult anytime, anywhere, under any circumstances. And I think it breaks all CC, right? Does it break CC? I don't know. I don't think it actually breaks CC. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Trendamir can ult anytime, anywhere, whether he's stunned, silenced, anything. They should make Trendamir's ult break CC and make him immune to CC like Olaf. What do y'all think? Would that be balanced? People love it. Hell no. That's a hard no. That's Garen. That's perfect. I guess let's do Raka again. I don't know. I'll try to play something else here in a second.
Let me guide you.
I do have to finish grading a round of papers tonight, so, and I do have that 8 o'clock class in the morning. Almost done with this semester. Next semester, I've got another, like, 8:30 class. I guess that's a little better. My wife is starting a new job, which is great. She got a really nice raise. She thought she was going to stay in this job pretty much forever, because this was a really nice job that she had. Then out of nowhere, like, someone, like, a company that she's worked for before many years ago tried to recruit her, came up and it's like, hey, do this and this, and she just asked for some like crazy high extra amount of money. It's like 15% or 20% over what she's currently making, and then they're just like, okay. And so she was like, all right, I guess we'll do it. So that's good, because I sure as hell I'm not making much more money. Hey, thanks, Mahmood. Awesome, buddy. Thanks so much. Hopefully, your end of the semester is working out for you with the civil engineering. It's like, it's the next town over, sort of. So it's, I think she said it's like a 30-minute drive. Against Nautilus. Katarina? I don't know. Mixer to 20 million. I don't know. I mean, I could dual stream on Mixer and YouTube. I think those platforms will allow you to dual stream. I'm not sure. Does anyone actually watch Mixer? I could be a house husband. I mean, I kind of am. I don't know. I cobble together through all my different sources of income. I make, like, okay money. Probably not. It's okay. For where we live, it's okay. When you combine channel with teaching, plus I take care of my wife. I take care of my daughter 2 days a week, and that saves on daycare costs. When you, like, combine all that together, it's like, it's all right. You know, it's like maybe, you know, entrance level stuff for a lot of people.
Gracefully.
Assume that's where Smite players are. Well, they have a couple of big names they've paid to go there. No, I'm not doing Twitch. We already tried the Twitch experiment. That was a huge fail. What the fuck? Why is he there by himself? Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, they got Ninja, and there's a couple other. He lost a lot of viewers when he moved off of Twitch, though, I think.
Minions have spawned.
What do you mean by preset my classes?
Their call.
You mean, like, do I have, like, notes and stuff from past classes and, like, use past syllabus and past activities and things like that? Is that what you're talking about? Or what do you mean? Oh, you mean in the game? Do you mean my actual classes? Or do you mean my, like, in the game, the item sets for characters in the game, champions in the game? I do have them preset, it's just they're kind of messed up and I haven't changed them yet with some of the item changes. In-game item sets, okay. Yeah, I do have them. Just, it doesn't have the Relic Shield, like, line, or I didn't use Relic Shield before, so that's, like, the one item that I grabbed that's not on the list. I have to be careful because obviously I don't have flash. I could have just run right past the Fiddlesticks. I don't know why I was so scared of him. I just wasn't sure who else was going to be in that bush, so I wanted to just stay close to the wall so I could flash the wall. But then I was silenced. I thought he was going to have fear first. Just really weird. Yeah, I could have run, but like I said, I was just so caught off. I didn't know how many people were going to be there. Like, if Fiddlesticks was there, I thought maybe there'd be like 1 or 2 other people in that bush. So I wanted to stay close to the blue wall because I knew if I flashed blue wall, I'd be safe. So I just had no idea what was going on. So yeah, like in hindsight, it looks like I could have just run straight past him, but I just didn't know enough information, I think. So yeah, it's one of those things where it looks really silly, but I don't know. I just didn't know how many other people were going to be in there. So, if I had perfect knowledge, yeah, I would have just kept running. I just wasn't sure what the hell was going on because Nautilus was coming up from Tribush and Fiddlesticks came from our jungle. So I had no clue, like, where the enemy was positioned. How much did we lose for those last games? Oh, we lost a game and then won a game. Wait, am I losing more than I'm winning? Did we win 2 games or 1 game? Because we were at 90. How is it possible that I'm losing more than I'm winning? Am I losing 21? Because Yeah, lose win. I didn't dodge. Because, like, I've won, like, I don't know, 55 or 60% for a week or a week and a half. I can't take request CRO. I mean, we'll see. Maybe, but maybe they weren't paying attention also. I don't know. I mean, I see your point, but I was just, like, really kind of flustered by, like, what was going on. And I just wanted to, like, because I knew if I flashed blue, it'd be fine. But, like, some of them could have not been paying attention, or I didn't know. But yeah, I probably could have kept running. I really have not been doing well on Janna, though, man. Like, it's possible I could do Janna, but the problem is she has a much worse, like, laning phase than Soraka does. Like, she's pretty good late game, but I mean, she has a higher win rate overall than Soraka does right now, but I think Soraka is potentially harder to play just because, like, they're hard to play at, like, a perfect level because there's so many, like, ways you can influence the map with your ult. Like, you can completely turn lanes around with that ult. You just have to be able to spot it and interpret it on the mini-map and figure out when you should ult and when you shouldn't and whether it's worth ulting. Like, it can kind of be a tough decision. Especially if there's a lot of fighting going on in your lane. But I mean, I just haven't been winning on Janna a lot lately, and I think it's because, like, laning phase matters so much right now, and she just has, like, an abysmal laning phase because she doesn't have a heal. I don't know, man. I understand what you're saying, Hell, but I still think, you know, if I had perfect information, I don't know. It's a toss-up. What I did was the safer play, which was just intending to flash over blue wall. I mean, it's a Fiddlesticks jungle, so I don't know. Yeah, I could have kept running. I mean, I've got like 15% higher win rate. Now, granted, my Janna, like, I've played a lot less Janna games, but no, I'm definitely not doing Misfortune support. I mean, Twitch is the type of champ that would be good with Janna. I thought he was going to have fear, too. Yeah, I mean, I guess there really is no reason to turn around. If they all show up, then I can flash the wall anyways. It was really just kind of instinctual. Like, someone just runs at me out of a bush, and I just completely wasn't expecting it, and then I'd, like, run the other way. It just really caught me off guard. I'm definitely not playing Thresh. If it doesn't have a heal or a shield, I'm not really interested in it in this meta. I'm probably not going to play Thresh for a long time. Thresh, I get so tilted on Thresh because you have to outplay the enemy so hard, and, like, if your teammates screw up, it just pisses me off so much if they don't take your lantern or they don't follow up on your hooks. Yeah, Lulu would have been okay too, I suppose. I'm gonna stick with these runes. Twitch support. Yeah. So Ghost Poro is way easier to stack than Zombie Ward, I think. You pretty much always get it stacked by 15 minutes with your warding item, and it gives you extra vision early on. Like, you don't usually get your sweeper until, like, 10 minutes or so. I mean, you can get zombie ward procs off of, like, control ward kills, but you don't usually start stacking it until, like, way later. I think. I mean, I haven't tried it in a while, but Ghost Borrow is pretty, pretty easy to proc. And the extra vision is really nice to help defend dragons before you, are able to get enough vision for dragons.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
That's not going to watch this
30
entrance, I don't
seconds until
think.
minions spawn.
Yeah. I mean, basically it gives you like 30 AP around 15 to 20 minutes and gives you extra vision. That's pretty much what I'm most interested in. Early game vision and AP. Okay, thanks, Helisy. I appreciate it.
Minions have spawned.
Well, Aphelios, yeah, he's loaded, but a lot of it's because he's down in ability. But he also doesn't have escapes, from what I could gather. He has the slow and the root if he has that one particular gun. So there's a lot of RNG in his kit. A decent amount of RNG. I don't like balancing around RNG. They did the same thing with Zoe. They're like, well, it's okay if we give her random, like, you know, items because it's RNG. But it's like, yeah, but those cases where they get the crazy stuff, like they get the redemption or something off of one of the, like, minions, is just really strong. Random number generator. It's just basically, like, variance. It's what people call it. Just means randomness. Probably not. I don't even think it's worth harassing with the W. I mean, maybe.
By your command.
Jesus Christ. Dies with flash. Runs forward randomly. Well, I mean, he just split. Like, he just shouldn't have run that far forward. Like, chasing the Nautilus. What? How did that not proc it? What the fuck?
Upon the wind. Swiftly.
I don't know how I didn't get that cannon. Okay, well that's good. Got some payback kills there. They actually aren't that far up in CS.
Act 1.
That was a good game. Dude, if you're typing to me, just don't. We're probably dead. If he would have actually just gone up there and auto-attacked like 3 times instead of typing whatever the hell he's typing, I'm pretty sure we could have had that and run away. I could have also not used my Q. As soon as I saw him typing, we should have backed up though, because I should have known we weren't going to have enough pressure to get it if he types.
An enemy has been slain.
Twitch has lost a hell of a lot of XP. There have been 2 huge waves that have crashed when he's died. I think this is actually a pretty good matchup in a Nautilus. I don't know. I think Janna's alright. I mean, they're going to keep pushing. Like, we're basically going to be in our towers, Twitch, most of the time. I just thought we could get that plate, but then Twitch was typing, and we just, it took, like, 3 auto attacks too much. And I also should not have used my Q. I mean, they're going to be on Drake, probably. I can't lose experience, though. Also can't go contested. They're on it right now.
As you wish.
They get it.
An ally has been slain.
Maybe, maybe not. Okay.
Upon the wind.
An enemy has been slain.
We should still have enough power to do it. I don't know. It'd be nice if Twitch came up here faster, but if he doesn't die, I guess that's okay. Okay, wow, they're just hard throwing. Nice. Alright, perfect. Man, my stacks are gonna be so slow, but
The tempest is upon them.
okay, do not use my tornado to wave clear here, because Lee's probably coming down. This is such an easy gank, or lane to gank with the Nautilus. I ban Blitz most of the time in this meta. His burst damage is just too high against Enchanters, I think. Okay, I think we actually will go Ardent because the extra AD that Janna gives in combination with the Ardent is very good on Twitch. So we'll actually go Ardent instead of Mikhail's. You can't actually Mikhail's, like, Nautilus' stuff, he has so many, like, little small stuns that it's hard to Mikhail's it, because you can't Mikhail's the knockup. Could have also gone for an Athene's.
Upon the wind.
Coming in hot. I back up. Oh my god, back up. Jesus. He stopped autoing. He stopped autoing.
Unstoppable. An enemy has been slain.
Right? I mean, am I right? I don't know your question about face chat. If you're talking about the app, I've tried it. I don't like it. I mean, am I wrong? Did he not stop autoing? What happened there? It feels like we should have won that. I think not, like, Kaisa went invisible in the bush, and then I guess I could have control warded that. I thought that we had vision of it. Maybe we didn't. So he was trying to go invisible and run out of it, and he stopped autoing for like 3 seconds. Is that what it was? If he just put his head down and kept attacking, we had it. Like, I had a second shield coming up. I just healed him up for like his whole health bar. Maybe not quite that much, but like, I'm pretty sure we had it if he autoed. You're asking if it's cheating? How would it cheat? It's using a third-party program, which, I don't know. People have told me that Riot says it's cool. I mean, if Riot has specifically said it's okay, then it's not cheating. I mean, cheating's like a relative term, you know? Like, it's using a program that's not native to the game. So, whether it's like, you know, significant, I don't know. But I don't remember the kinds of information that it gives. Why is everybody not here? Like, yeah, I did not even see that lead.
Upon the wind.
Twitch just keeps getting hooked, man. Hopefully we can stop him from doing Dragon now. Okay, alright. Well, thank God Ari. Just hop on the back of this Ari, hopefully. Well, the thing is, you can always use the third, like, if it's just about random stats like that, there are like 50 different websites you can use to get basic stats on people. So I don't think using something like PoorProfessorOP.gg to look up your own teammates, like, that's information that should be in the client anyways. We have to wait on Ari.
I was hiding.
I think that's fine. I mean, if it's telling you stuff, like if it's revealing enemies or something like that, and their stats before the game starts, I think that would be cheating. But from what I remember, it doesn't really tell you information that you can't already get from, like, Professor. Yeah, I mean, once again, you can look at a guide or something about item suggestions, and that shouldn't be that big of a deal. It makes it a little easier. Yeah, I mean, qualitatively, I don't think it's that big of a deal, but, I mean, I'd have to see stats behind it. Like, if people who use it do actually have, like, a major statistical edge. Obliterated, probably. Yeah.
Killing spree.
I've got barrier. I mean, is he trying? Like, do you think Ignite or Exhaust was really going to turn that fight around? Like, Ari just cannot get caught. She has so much of our gold. And she was just so far ahead, like, I couldn't deal fast enough. I mean, maybe I could have flash ulted or something. I mean, I guess that's possible. I mean, I don't think it's cheating, man. Like, I really don't think the information that it gives is a substantial edge over other programs that you can already get. It does make it a bit more convenient. I mean, you know, there's an argument if that matters or not. But I don't think that level of convenience is necessarily, like, a huge edge. I was like 1 second away from my ult.
Rampage.
I don't have any wards. I don't think Janna feels as good as Soraka right now, honestly. Like, it just feels so much, like, more conditional. Like, yes, I can ult and save people and heal, but it's not the same as just, like, just the massive raw stats that, Soraka gives out. I think Soraka's healing is just way over the top. Okay, I didn't have flash up at the time. I have to say, I thought I did everything that I could do. I don't know. I'm probably also just, like, rusty on Janna. Like, if I had ult right there, if I had the Soraka ult, I could have influenced that fight. That's probably the biggest thing, is it's just, like, you can change stuff around pretty much anywhere. Get the assist! Yes! Okay. Beefy's really strong right now. Can we get this? Push one more wave. Push one more wave, Ari. Push one more wave, Ari. Or not.
Upon the wind.
Sorry about that. Okay. Wait, he has Dustblade? Oh my god, what a troll. No fucking way, dude. Why are you pinging me? Fool, you walked up in melee with him. Janna, you hacked my keyboard and made me literally go into melee combat with Lee Sin. It's like, bro, you actually positioned yourself where he could kick you away from me, so I couldn't even get close enough to shield you. Like, it's literally the worst possible place you could position with Twitch.
destroyed a turret.
I don't understand why people, I mean, I understand why they do it with Twitch. Like, they don't want them to flash away. But, like, it's so greedy to go into melee with Twitch. Especially against the Lee Sin. I mean, dude's got Dustblade and Ari. You just saw him delete the Ari. Like, if he just opens up right here and just starts auto-attacking him, like, that's fine. Then I can slow him with the W, and you can still run him down and kill him, like, or at least stay in, like, Blade of the Ruined King, like, max range. If you get the slow on him, he's probably not getting away. I don't think Twitch is trolling, I just think he's bad. I don't know. Once again, it was like a range type of thing. If I had Soraka, I could have ulted and healed him. Like, this ult, you have to be so close. And you have to be, like, positioned perfectly to push people back. I don't think they can stop Fiora split push, though, fortunately. No, that's not basically 550 is not face-to-face. Like, he was literally, like, 100 range. That's face-to-face. Like, he could have definitely stayed further back.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Upon the wind.
Like, well, we could be pressuring Baron, but...
An enemy has been slain.
Okay. Can we get Baron now? I mean, we have Fiora. Yeah. Come on.
I'll be right.
Alright, we got it. That was actually a little bit more dangerous than I thought it was going to be.
Swiftly.
No, I mean, it matters that he's short of range. I'm just saying he could have positioned better than that. Like, for sure. And that he was being greedy. Because, like, you gotta remember, when he presses ult, yeah, he has 550 base. When he presses ult, he has 850. So there's no excuse when he has ult to get into 100 range. Like, the only reason you would do it is you're trying to really make sure you kill him, even if they flash.
With ease.
Lee's wave is like 900 or so. It's pretty far. Like, Lee could still hit him with a Q, but he'll have more time to react in theory. And at least if he goes for the Twitch right there, if Twitch is back here, then he's like, he has to run into our territory. Go for Mikhail's or I think let's go for Athene's maybe.
In harmony.
I think it's about the same, honestly, as it was in the preseason. I think people were playing about the same as they did. I really don't think it makes a huge difference. I think people are still playing to win. Like, I haven't... Occasionally you see a troll who doesn't care. But at least in Platinum, I mean, I can't speak if you're talking about, like, Silver or Bronze or something. But at least in Platinum, people are still trying to win. Like, they take it pretty seriously, for the most part. There's, like, maybe a slight uptick in trolls and trollery, but it's not really that much. Like, most people still want to win. A lot of people in Platinum are competitive. Like, there aren't very many, like... We have kind of the meme of the for fun players. but the vast majority of people in ranked, in Platinum, want to win, and they're competitive people.
As you wish.
Sometimes they might try out stuff a little bit more that they don't know, but I think even that's a little bit on the rare side. I think most people stick with some champions they've at least played before at some point. I don't know. I mean, there has been a little bit more YOLO type of, but I feel like that happened all throughout the back end of Season 9 as well. I feel like it feels like games are a lot more winnable as support. That's what it feels like to me anyways. I'm just way better at Enchanters than I am at engage tanks, or engage chants also. I mean, that's part of it. There have been like, I think Season 6 was the only season where, I think it was Season 6, where I played a decent amount of tanks throughout the season. Almost every other season has been either Enchanters or Mages. I mean, I just wouldn't even argue with him, man. Just disable the chat. Like, that's what I ended up doing finally. Like, there's just nothing good that comes out of chat, really. Like, every now and then someone might say good job or something, but they've got emotes now, too. Not only do they have pings, but they have emotes. So you can kind of express good job or, like, a bunch of different emotions with the emotes. So they've made it very, very easy to communicate stuff without words. Yeah, it's really not worth it, man. Like, how many times do you, like, argue or say something to a random person on the internet in general, but especially in League of Legends, and they're just like, huh, you know what? You make a really good point. I think you're correct. Like, it virtually never happens. I mean, sometimes I'll debate people and, you know, I'll say, like, you know, you make some good points, or, you know, that's true, I didn't think of that, and stuff like that, but I'm not really like your average cookie, you know? I've got a slightly more, like, intimate relationship with you guys. I mean, you see me, it's like a one-way street, but I, like, have a vested interest in trying to hear you guys out and trying to, you know, be a good host for the channel and things like that. Like, these people, though, they just don't care most of the time. And I also, you know, am older. I'm like 35. I got advanced degrees. You know, I'm a teacher. All this kind of stuff. Like, you know, I am a critical thinker. Like, I am looking to learn stuff a lot of times. Now, I might be wrong about stuff. I might be that doesn't mean I'm going to take everybody's idea and say, oh, yeah, absolutely, sure, you know. Like, I'm going to try to be honest if I think something's not normal, but... and thanks, Natasha. But yeah, it's just not worth your time. I mean, I used to do that kind of stuff too, not just in League, but if I saw like a Facebook post or something, or just like anything, not like get into a huge argument, but just trying to get into like even just like an intellectual conversation. Well, have you thought about this side of the issue? Or you make some good points, but what about this? It's like, no. Blind pick. I guess it was pick Soraka. We did get in a non-Soraka game. We got a Janna game in there, but let's try to see if we can win this series. But yeah, it's just not worth it, unfortunately. Unless you're part of a community, like a very specific community, where you have some degree of contact with people, some degree of accountability, some degree of... I hate to use the word intimacy, but that's kind of what it is. Like, not necessarily in like the sexual or relation sense, but just like that you care about people and they care about you and you know who they are and all that kind of stuff, then you can have a productive conversation. But I think if it's just anonymous people, like, in like anonymous places where they don't have to care about you, you know, it's just really not going to be there's not going to be that many useful things you can say. Occasionally, you know, someone could come in and say something like, yeah, I think this, or I think that, or, you know, whatever, but it's so random. It's so rare. It's just sad but true. Like, people are more interested in, like, who's right and who's wrong rather than, like, learning. Or seeing, like, a learning process. Or they're more interested in facts than process. And things like that. I mean, it's not just, in, like, even at, like, kind of the highest levels, not to get too political, but, like, our political system is totally broken right now. Even people who should be accountable, you know, to each other, like, they have to show up and do business with each other, and they should be working together to help improve the country by, you know, negotiating, like, trying to pass laws, trying to improve stuff. You know, it doesn't even happen there among the people who are supposed to be, in theory, kind of the intellectual elite to an extent. Like, the people who know, or at least if they don't know, they, like, have people on their staff who know, and, like, make really well-informed decisions, and there should be, like, very, you know, articulate, fruitful discussions about different policies and trying to resolve stuff, and that, I mean, I love America. I'm not trying to say America's bad. I'm just saying that, like, the current state of the way that people get information and what they care about is in a really bad place right now. And it's probably not just in America. It's probably all over the place around the world, too, but... Sadie, calm your body. You need to calm your body. There's a daycare worker that says that to the children sometimes. I've heard her say that when I walk by. Anyway. So, yeah, bottom line, not worth talking to people. I've switched my stance on that. Last year or the year before, I used to say you need to keep the chat on so that you can be like a babysitter of sorts and, you know, talk people off the cliff. But realistically, most people talk a lot. People just don't go AFK a lot. I mean, it seems like they do, but really, if you turn off the chat, you'll notice most people don't AFK. Most people don't, like, you know, they'll bark a lot, but their bark is louder than their bite. If you have the chat on, it feels like everybody's going to AFK at any minute because they're all just raging at each other. But if you turn it off, it's just like people just play the game, typically. That is a good quote, David G. Democracy works because people, like, because officials are held accountable to people, sort of, and it creates this, like, illusion of power. It's not the best, like, in ideal circumstances, you would want something like a wise counselor, like what Socrates described as, like, the philosopher kings. But in reality, there's just too much corruption, and you just can't have that. And you also have to have, like, accountability. Why is Swain standing, like, right there? So that's the thing about democracy, is it holds people accountable. The problem, though, is that you have a bunch of uninformed people voting people in, and they can be very easily manipulated. And that's what Socrates was really scared of, and that's why he hated democracy. Of course, he was one of the intellectual elite, so of course he's going to favor the intellectual elite, but... I mean, no political system's perfect, and if there's, like, widespread misinformation and just manipulation of people, which is becoming far and far easier with all of, like, the big data and stuff like that. Statistical analysis, deep learning. Even, I was watching a video on, like, deep fakes earlier, and that's, like, crazy. So many people are going to fall for that stuff. Oh, whoa, why did I run that far forward? I must have misclicked. Okay, I like this Caitlyn's aggression. Anyways, that's one of the dangers. That's, like, the major danger of our time is sort of misinformation and information warfare. So, I think we'll make it through one way or another, though. It'll be fine.
Headshot.
Yeah, in a sense, yeah, I would say, sort of. I mean, David saying the average voter is smarter than Socrates. I mean, we know a lot more information about the world in terms of like factual information, but as far as like the process of thinking itself, I'm not so sure about that.
Boom. Headshot. Where am I needed?
I don't think all intelligence is necessarily just like the facts that you know, though. Like, the process of thinking itself is really valuable.
I hear you. First blood.
Oof. Guardian saved him.
Be at peace.
Well, that is true, but at the same time, most people don't know how to process information. Like, a lot of people will just take whatever the first thing is on Google, whatever the first result is, and that's what the truth is, you know? I mean, trust me, with my students, like, they have a really, really hard time, like, understanding the flaws of, like, statistical reasoning. Like, they're always, like, all about, like, what's a fact, you know? I maybe shouldn't even try to save her here. Or we can just outplay the hell out of them. Okay, we can do that. I mean, if you're a good critical thinker, if you have a good grounding in critical thinking, yes, like, this is a really great time where you can be very smart, like, or at least you can be very competent in a lot of stuff. But you like, I think you have to be already like a pretty smart person to be able to use that stuff properly. But yeah, I mean, there are a ton of opportunities, more so than there have been in the past, for, you know, there's just a ton of opportunities, there's a ton of information out there, so it is really great. If you're very self-driven, if you have a great background, sort of innovative thinking. Then yeah, it's great.
An ally has been slain.
I'm gonna stick with 2 points in Q.
They will go no further.
We need to go buy, for real though. We're so rich. I'm hood rich, man. I'm support rich. Yes, Swain losses. He's tilted. He just wants to get back that kill. Dude, I'm out, man. Just be careful. We need to get that dragon soon, though. I'm kind of digging going for the boots really early, just because Soraka, like, the boots are so nice. Because you get that extra movement speed off your Qs. Like, it just helps you dodge stuff so well. Yeah, so I totally feel you. Like, I think it's great, but, you know, I've tried, and people have... I've learned a lot about this over time, where a lot of people just aren't, just don't have the background in thinking. You know, like, I'm kind of lucky in the sense that I just sort of am naturally, I think, like, a pretty decent critical thinker, and then I had, like, I mean, there was some stuff that was, like, kind of rocky about my past, that I don't really ever talk about on stream, but, you know, I had what a lot of people would consider to be fairly rocky, for the most part, aside, you know, being a white man, all that kind of stuff, but aside from that, like, you know, I was full ride scholarships the whole time for, like, financial aid, and it's, like, pretty poor, but, you know, my mom, for all of kind of the problems that have gone on, she did put me in a really good public school district. Like, she moved across town and got a cheap house in, like, an okay neighborhood that was zoned for a pretty good public school. And that did set me up to get a good education and to make some pretty good friends.
An enemy has been slain.
That were also, like, you know, motivated and would help me stay motivated. Now, I had some friends that kind of went down some other paths as well, but that's alright. I'm still cool with them. They're still my friends, but yeah, definitely just having some of those self-motivated friends. Like, friendship is, like, so important for, like, the development of especially, like, a teen. Because if you have other people that are motivated that, like, really want to succeed, you know, they will drive you to succeed also. I think that's, like, just as important or even more important than parents is, like, the people, the friends, the people that someone associates with. Got him with the flash. Oh, he's not dead yet. I thought he was dead. Yo, what's up, Austin?
Gracefully.
Yeah, no, it was good. I mean, yeah, I mean, she had a rough kind of time growing up too, to an extent. I mean, go too much into the bibliography, but she basically had me when she was 18 and was in, like, a really crappy relationship, and then chose to keep me and raise me and worked, like, you know, 2 or 3 jobs. So she really didn't have a chance to get much of an education. She's working at, like, you know, Waffle House and stuff like that, trying to take care of me, and, you know, she just always kind of had bad taste in men for the most part. But, you know, she was always trying to get me some books, you know, encourage me to read and go to school and do well in school and stuff like that. So she really did, you know, very well considering kind of the circumstances. What do I want here? I think we just rush redemption first.
I lend my aid.
And then she's had, like, you know, drug addiction problems her whole life and stuff like that. That she's been kind of battling through. But, you know, she did a good job. So I'm just saying, I don't even remember how I got off on that. But anyways, you know, opportunities, yeah. So there are a ton of opportunities, but I think I'm kind of somewhat special. Half special, half lucky. That I ended up kind of where I've ended up with everything I've got. Athene's is good, but I think that Mikhail's is better a lot of times. Some people rush Athene's. Like, Athene's gives you more aggression early on, gives you more poke. Redemption gives you more global pressure, and Mikhail's gives you cleanse and having a better ult. Let's see what's going on up here. Like, Athene's redemption is pretty good. But Athene's doesn't boost up the Revitalize healing, and it doesn't boost up Redemption healing versus the plus healing and shielding does. And the fact that your heals are so fast, you don't really have as much time to stack up a bunch of damage as Soraka, because your heal's up every, like, 1.5 seconds once you get a lot of CDR. So, that's kind of the difference why I don't get Athene's on her versus someone like Nami. Because Nami's healing ability, her W, is on, like, a 10-second cooldown base. And so you'll have a while to stack up, you know, some damage through auto attacks and your other stuff, so that you get bigger heals. But you just get less of that as Soraka, because you're just throwing out so much plus healing and shielding, or you're just throwing out so much healing that you don't have time to stack up Athene's and fight as much as you would with other enchanters. Why Ghost Poro? I've been talking a lot, so I haven't been using it very well this game. But typically, if you're using it correctly, it will give you about 30 AP by 15 to 20 minutes. Oh, maybe I could have saved him. He's probably going to die anyways. Dude, just take the lane, man. What? Let's just take the lane. Like, I know you want a zone, but we need to just take the lane and close the game out.
For peace of mind.
Oh, I thought he was going to fade back faster.
Sneaky, sneaky.
I lend
Wait, what's a massive waste of gold? Sorry, I'm trying to... Huh. Hey, thanks, Azizi. I mean, a lot of people have it a lot worse than I do. I mean, that's why I don't try to, like,
every step.
you know, play the victim card or anything too much. I just figured I'd throw it out there just because, you know, I always thought, you know, because of the way that I was, you know, that I kind of made it up from kind of my, you know, kind of the problems that were going on with me, that I always thought when I was younger, oh, everybody should be able to do it. Everyone should be able to make it up. But not everyone has, like, a mom that's going to put them in that kind of position, you know, to succeed despite some tough odds early on. And not everyone's going to have the kind of, I don't know, whatever about me that has kept me, you know, making relatively good decisions most of the time. So I try to be attentive to that, that it's just like, just because I'm kind of like a fairly rare success story given my background, that not everyone can do that as easily, so I don't know. Anyways, yeah, Ghostboro's super efficient. Like, once you transform it, it's like 600 gold worth of AP, and you get extra vision out of it. I mean, the vision's not always relevant, but sometimes it is. Especially early on when your vision's so limited and dragons matter so much early on. Like, the Ghostboro awards are great. But yeah, if you use it correctly, you know, you can get it transformed pretty quickly. Yeah, that's exactly right, Brandon. And that's kind of the thing. That it's like, yeah, my mom, like, we had problems, but at the same time, you know, she did actually, like, she did care about me a lot. And she did try to put me in a good position to succeed. We didn't have a lot of resources. You know, like I said, she was struggling with, you know, drug addictions and picking poor choices of boyfriends and things like that. But she did care about me, and she did try to put me in a good position. And that's more than a lot of kids have, unfortunately. So, you know, it's, you got to remember that. Oh, the 5 Doran blades. Yeah, I don't like the 5 Doran blade strat. Well, I was getting Ghostboro even before the dragons. Oh, you're saying people might be doing 5 Dorans because of dragons? Maybe. I mean, my thoughts on it are every Dorans that you get, when you sell it back, you're going to lose 200 gold. So you have to, if you're going 5 Dorans, you have to get 800 gold worth of stuff early on. So it's either kills or, like, dragons, Rift Heralds, pressuring them off of a lot of CS, towers, you know. If you're getting stuff, then it could be worth it. But, you know, I suspect that unless it's like a really high elo bracket, that's, like, that healing right there is just absurd. Like, that's why I play Soraka. Like, that was a pretty decent engage by the league. But it just, you know, Soraka just erases a lot of stuff. Also, the random, like, passive healing that you get off of Mikhail's is pretty relevant on Soraka early on. But yeah, I don't like stuff that's super lane dominant that gives up mid-game pressure in general. In most elo brackets, like, I'd rather play for mid because a lot of people just don't lane well enough for it to matter. Like, they don't take good trades, they don't push their advantages in lane. This Caitlyn did. This Caitlyn was really good. But a lot of ADCs won't do that. And so, you know, having stuff that's, like, good in lane, but also you're kind of playing for that mid-game. Once you hit level 6 and you can start contesting dragons, things that can team fight well, I think those are some of the strongest champions right now in most roles. So yeah, that's part of why I like Soraka so much. Is it's really hard to beat a Soraka in lane, like to get a major advantage off of her, because like yeah, she's not gonna like outright kill you most of the time, but you're gonna have a really hard time killing her. Like you pretty much have to all in and kill them in one shot, because if you take a trade with her, she wins every light trade. Oh, sorry. I thought I had that muted. I'm not sure if I had that muted or not. Why do I not duo? I don't have a higher win rate with duos most of the time. Even like really good duos that I've duoed with. I don't know.
Alternative.
But yeah, I mean, sometimes I do. Usually it's just because I like the person and it's fun, you know, like, I just like their personality and stuff. If we duo, but... yeah, the dragons are, like, ironically, the early dragons are worse. Some of them are. Some of them are better, but, like, Infernal's worse than it used to be. Water is worse than it used to be off of one dragon. So the first dragon doesn't matter as much as it used to. But it's like, you want to start stacking them to get to 4, because if you get to 4... you basically win the game. I don't think I've seen a team lose yet that's had the Dragon Soul. But yeah, I mean, you need to get a huge advantage early on, basically. And I just think a lot of people don't lane well enough to do that in most Elo brackets. Challengers are different. Every single, like, auto attack, everything matters in Challenger. Every little pinch of health and AD, everything matters. So in Challenger... you know, if you get the 5 AD and the other person doesn't, and you can get a huge lead early, then you can snowball it a lot better. And your team will play around that more. Like, your jungler is going to understand, okay, you have 4 Doran Blades, they have a pickaxe or something, so they should come down and camp bottom so that you can get a huge advantage and get dragons and things like that. Like... just a lot of that stuff, and that's why I also don't go for the airy Scorch build too often on Soraka. That's what a lot of top end Sorakas will do, because I just don't think that the poke matters as much, because a lot of your AD carries are just not gonna like leverage that and do anything meaningful with that poke. And you're giving up the mid game. Like, that Guardian is a huge, it's a huge shield, and it protects you, versus airy doesn't protect you at all, and it frees you up to take. Ghost Poro and Ulti Hunter, which give you a lot of power in the mid game. Hey, thanks, Natasha. But yeah, I mean, duoing can work. I have had some success with it in the past, but in general, I still average around the same amount. But usually it's just for fun. Unless you're dealing with someone who's a much higher rank than you, or like is just way better than you are, then you're probably not gonna get a huge advantage. Because it makes the enemy team a little bit better than your team in general, not by a lot, but it does give them a slightly higher MMR average. Yeah, a lot of people will surrender at 15 to 20 because they probably surrender more than they should at higher elo, but like games can snowball so fast, and like every little bit of advantage matters so much. So like, you know, if you're down 8 kills in silver and it's like 15 minutes, you might be able to come back and win. You know, they can make a lot of mistakes. We were down a hell of a lot the first game of this stream. It was like insane, and we still almost came back and won. But like in Challenger, that's probably not happening. I need to put the cat picture up too. Well, there's no point scouting this. It's game 2 or game 3 of promos. I'll put the cat pic. I know people like the cat picture. Since I don't have like a stream overlay or anything. I need to get a stream overlay, but I like how she peeks around like that. It's very accurate. She'd be like, hey, pay attention to me. I did see a couple of like updated best champions of this patch like one weekend now that are starting to say that Soraka's good. I'm like, no. That's just supposed to be for me and my people. Can't be telling other people. They get that secret knowledge here first. I don't tell my students about my YouTube channel. Austin wasn't here a second ago. Austin was a previous student of mine. I don't know if he's still in here or not. So there's a couple. I think Austin's class, I may have experimented telling them about it one time. And the big reason that I did that was I was going to do more educational content when I first created the channel. But then I decided that it's just, I don't like to, it just could create conflicts of interest. I try not to do that. I try to firewall, like, the classroom from everything else that I do. Just because, like, because if someone's like a gamer and I like were to play a game with them, or even if I just talked with them on stream and showed them like if they seemed like they were any kind of something special, you know, in theory it could look like a conflict of interest, like favoritism towards gamers or something. It's actually not the case, sadly enough. A lot of people that are kind of gamers in my class that write about gamer topics typically don't do as well as a lot of other people because they just play games too much and they miss too many classes and don't do their assignments. There are some differences there. I have one guy that's in my class right now that's like really into gaming, has done several papers about it, and he's a really pretty strong student. But anyways, yeah, I don't do anything with students. Like, I don't friend them. Like, if back in the day, this isn't the same now. Kids have got on different stuff. But like back when I first started teaching, students would try to friend me on Facebook. That was back in like 2012 before there were other social media things. Hey, it hits home for me too. There were plenty of times when I was playing stuff and not doing. I mean, I ended up doing all right in my classes, but yeah, there were several times where I was playing games instead of doing something else I should be doing. I mean, people could argue right now I do that instead of doing my dissertation. Although we kind of do need the money from the channel, but
To heal and protect.
anyways, yeah, so I don't accept friendships people on Facebook. Like, after I'm done with them, after I'm no longer responsible for their grade, yeah, I've friended some students on Facebook, or like if they ask me about the gaming channel, I'll tell them about it. I had one student that point blank, I won't deny it if they ask me, but there was one student last semester that asked me, are you the strategy professor? At the end of class, like the first or second day of class. I was like, yes, how do you know that? He asked me privately after class. He said he was part of it was like a gaming club on campus, and they like knew about me. Yeah, I mean, that's part of a thing too, is I don't know. I've told a couple of my colleagues if it's relevant, but I don't tell that many people that are like professors, like my colleagues, my bosses, things like that. I don't tell them about it. Yeah, you probably will get judged. Although you don't get judged that harshly. If I tell them that I'm making money off of it to supplement my poor adjunct pay, then they understand. I think. But yeah, I don't. There's just no reason to put that information out there, you know. Almost all adjuncts work some kind of second job. I think Conquer, I've seen Conquer Easies do pretty well. I should have taken Heal. I didn't notice he was taking Teleport. But yeah, I don't meet students. I don't friend them on Facebook. I've had a student ask, I had a student actually last class ask me if if I wanted to stop by her bar and get a drink. She's older and she's married. She's like ex-military. And so, you know, it was just perfectly harmless. She just likes me and thinks, I guess, and thinks that I'm interesting. So she's a bartender on the side. I don't know how old she is. She's probably in her mid-20s. It's like in a freshman English class. She commented on that before in a conference. She was just like, it feels kind of weird because she's surrounded by like 18-year-olds in her class. And, you know, she's been like on tour in Iraq and all this stuff. And she's like 26 in this class. And she's like, it's a little different. I have several vets in my class. There's another guy that's in one of my classes, and he was just like, the discipline of these kids is pathetic or something. Because he just shows up every day and just does his work. And there's like so many kids that just like won't even do like free credit and stuff like that. But anyways, I've got to hit a Q first and then I'll W. But yeah, I had to tell her like I can't do that while I'm teaching you because it could look like a conflict of interest. But I told her I might stop by sometime afterwards. Damn it, I'm just not hitting Qs. Did I hit it? No, I didn't hit it. I got the speed up, but it was because I was running towards Ezreal. Okay, got him. Nice. That's right. I like the non-traditional students. Usually very motivated. I wish more students would go out and do stuff before coming straight to college, but a lot of scholarships, at least in my state, you have to pretty much go right out of high school or you lose out on a lot of potential scholarship money. But I think kids would do very well just to work for a couple of years before they come back. And just kind of learn, because college is tough when you first come in, so you have to learn not only how to like take classes that are probably harder than your high school classes. I had some classes in high school that were actually harder than my college classes, like calculus 2. Jesus. But you got to learn how to like just do adult stuff, and that's like not necessarily super easy. Especially time management, because you know your parents aren't there anymore. Like no one cares if you stay out till 3 a.m. at the bar or playing World of Warcraft or whatever, right? Like do whatever you want. No one's gonna care if you show up to class. Some professors might email you if you're missing a lot of class. Damn it, come on, bro. Some professors might email you if you miss a lot of classes, but you know you can just pretty quietly just fail out, you know, if you want to, and that's just it, you know. So that's actually like, it's a real thing, and it's actually pretty hard for a lot of kids to manage that. So I wish they could just go and just like, you know, get an apartment, get a job, work for a couple of years or something like that, and figure it out. But
This is my path.
I should have worded a little faster. I'm gonna buy. I've actually seen EZ be a lot stronger. I don't know if that's statistically true. Maybe I'm just seeing good EZs. But I've seen EZ actually be pretty good in a lot of games.
Gracefully.
But yeah, military people are like always my favorite in my class, pretty much. Like they're pretty much always very respectful, very disciplined, very driven. Like they want to work, like they want to succeed. I think the military is great for a lot of people. Obviously, the people that get wounded and have, you know, problems, have some bad stuff happen to them, that's bad. But I think just having that discipline. I was very, very close to going into the military as an officer when I graduated undergrad. They're just like, they saw my grades, and after interviewing me, they're just like, please, just come in. What division do you want to go to? I mean, they might say that to everybody. And I thought about going into something like intelligence or counterintelligence or something like that, but it was a 6-year commitment, and I was like, I just wasn't really sure what I wanted to do in my life, and I don't know. I just didn't pull the trigger on it. Sometimes I wish I had, but do we have anyone on the map? There's 5 people bottom. 4. Throw your Q, dude. You should have W and thrown a blind Q. You're a Marine. Hey, Angela, cool, man. I think it's great. But yeah, the military students are always great. Come to think of it, there was one military student I can remember who was not like that driven to succeed. But that was very rare. Like, you know, over 90% really are. What's a map? Are you gonna end for me? What's going on? Oh, she knew she was gonna pop 6, I guess? Maybe Ezreal was really low on mana. I don't know. It looked like she was ending, but she actually ended up winning that trade.
I heed their call.
Yeah, they don't know. I'm pretty sure. Slightly risky. Bot lane's not moving though. Yeah, we got that, and we didn't have priority in either lane, so kind of lucky with that.
An enemy has been slain.
Not really luck. I mean, we knew it wasn't warded. Just a good call, you know, if I do say so myself. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is he actually can sort of fight in the mid game now a lot better because he does have a combat rune. And his Q gives you, I'm pretty sure it gives you 2 procs or 2 stacks because it's a spell instead of an auto attack.
My path.
So it allows him to actually stack it up pretty quickly. Because, like, all of his abilities can stack it. Coughing intensifies. Yeah. Hopefully it's detensifying. It's not a word. But, I don't know. I've been sick for, like, 3 weeks now. Ranged attacks only give you 1, but his Q counts as a spell, I believe. I'm not 100% about that. But I think his Q counts as a spell. So it would give you 2 stacks. It's not an auto attack. And the fact that he can shotgun those out so quickly in fights, I think he gets it stacked up pretty quickly. Wow, how is she so far ahead? What the hell? She got a BF sword and a pick?
Slain.
See, it just got fully stacked right there. He just hit him, I think, with like 4 or 5 abilities. Get wrecked, son! Woo! Got you read like a book. I got my peepers on you.
Every step on the journey.
Hashtag calculated. We really didn't have a choice. I had to try to fight him there, so I was just like, well, in the bush, I guess. So ridiculous. There's so many people bottom, always. At least we got the dragons. They can't get the dragon off of us. Oh, they're rifting middle, though. I mean, we're making them pay. Would have been nice if Ezreal got out of that, but...
By the power of his God. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
I heed their call.
Woo! See, that Ezreal hurts, man, with that Conquer. Is he? He might be, yeah. He's gonna be jumping over these walls, yeah. I mean, we knew it, dude. That was kind of a creative path, but, like, I knew he was coming.
Gracefully.
No, don't go, don't show top, dude. Like, Dragon's up, man.
Where am I needed?
Yeah.
Violence cannot go
Who the hell? How can he jump these things? Okay, Rengar's gonna get him though. He's just gonna try to int. Didn't he just jump these walls like 30 seconds ago? I think Rengar is gonna run him down, maybe. Oh my god, it's so ridiculous.
for peace of mind.
The 5 Doran's ring, yeah, he's trying it out. He's going top lane with it. Everyone's just like, let's see how much money we can waste. See, that's where you don't want it. Like, he's getting obliterated. Now he's down an additional 600 gold. I think a lot of people just see challengers do it and they watch all caps videos and they just don't even think, like, what's the context? Just so many people in general just don't even remotely think about the context. Talon could be on the loose. I gotta respect it. Okay, there he is. I might have to sell some stuff. Well, can I? I could have killed that cannon and then backed if I was paying attention to get redemption. Soraka, man. Soraka, Sona. I mean, if you like Engage, maybe Rakan.
To heal and protect.
Leona can still win, but it's getting tougher out there. You have to roam a lot. I think Enchanters are really OP right now. If Easy would have hit something, I'm pretty sure he would have killed him. Hell yeah, dude. Soraka is so strong right now. I think she'd be even better in lower elo.
This is my
I would say, I don't know. I would just say if you don't trust your ADC, just play Soraka and win around somebody else. We can't get the Jinx. We need to get this tower. Or Rift. Let's get Rift. See if he'll bait him. See if he'll go for it. Come on, get him, dude.
An enemy has been slain.
God, they really want me dead.
The whole world
Okay, there's Talon. Oh, I keep thinking Rengar is our jungler. I forgot about that. Talon really wants me. Ezreal, my homeboy, ain't gonna let it happen, though. Ezreal ain't gonna let it happen. I had to stand back because of the rockets. I mean, no one buys Executioners in high elo too, or higher. I mean, Platinum's not like high, but no one has Executioners yet in this game. I mean, sometimes people do, but like you can still win around that. It's only a 3-second debuff, so like, yeah, like in combat, sure, you're gonna get your healing, you know, minimized. But if they just stay out of combat for like 3 seconds, you can heal them back up. I think Senna is hard to play. You know, I mean, Soraka doesn't require a ton of coordination. She just works. Like,
Rampage.
never waste a breath.
she just has raw healing. I mean, that's a huge reason why I think I was just not doing that well with Nautilus and Leona. It's just like the positioning. It's just like, you're so reliant on your team to just not, or just to like follow up and do stuff with you.
Unstoppable. Double kill.
Come on, Vi. Yes!
Slain.
I didn't get the assist with the Rengar, the first assist with the Rengar, but I did. Dude, that Talon is tilted so hard. He tried to all-in me like twice and just got wrecked. And then right there, he's trying to like, thinking he's safe 1v1 in this Vi cross map. Yeah, I would do Redemption most of the time on Soraka. I mean, like, it depends on the champion. On Soraka, I would do Redemption. Ardent Sensor is pretty good, but I would get it, like, if you're gonna get it, like, maybe third item or something. I would just get Relic Shield on pretty much everyone. I mean, like, there's no point in doing Frost. It doesn't give you on-hit damage. It doesn't give you mana regen anymore. Like, I would just Relic Shield pretty much everybody. I've even tried it on Sona, getting, like, the Frost, and it doesn't stack that much faster. He's win trading or what? Oh, someone's saying this isn't Master because he got the 4 Doran rings. Win trading in preseason plat. I mean, maybe. Definitely on Morg. Zyra, I don't know. Like, having the extra AP is actually a really big deal on Zyra, but... Alright. I think I may actually call it there just because the numbers are a little bit low tonight. Also, I've got a lot of grading I need to do, and that's a pretty good place to stop where we get promoted to Platinum 3 finally. So, the semester is winding down a little bit, so you know I will have a little bit more freedom in the off season here to stay up a bit later, but yeah, this 8 a.m. class, especially with the grading, I gotta be on it. But anyways, that's gonna be it. Thank y'all very much for coming out. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be sure to get the 4 hours in there tomorrow, and hopefully we can just keep moving on up. I mean, Soraka's cranking it. We got a Janna game in there, and yeah, that's gonna be it. See y'all next time.